Joining us now is a man who needs no introduction. That's because for over 2 decades, he's lived in syndication, warming our hearts as our favorite nerd. He can't get away from it, Steve Urkel.
And now he's all grown up, and I do mean all grown up,
Whoa.
and starring in the new Lifetime movie, The Santacon. Jaleel White, welcome to Arise 360.
How you doing, gorgeous?
My friend, you are looking good and smelling good.
Oh, stop it. Thank you. I try not to stink. I try not to stink.
You see that swagger? He has that Stefan swagger, right?
I try not to stink. Ooh.
All right. Okay, so we're going to definitely get to your new project, but first we have to start off with your character on Family Matters, Steve Urkel. What was that experience like playing him for so many years?
It was great. I mean, that's my training. You know, without that, I probably wouldn't even be an actor, to be quite honest. I wouldn't have the confidence to know what comic timing is. And, you know, even working with Santacon, it was great because Melissa Joan Hart directed it. And so we're like both former child actors, and it's just like a second hand on the set where I know what she needs. And, you know, she didn't really do too much directing here, but she had a lot to deal with the cameras and stuff.
Did you have any idea that that one character would go on to change the trajectory of your life?
No, nobody knew that. I mean, I tell everybody, I don't even hide it. You know, my mom put me in the business to make money to go to college, and that's it. You know, what became of my life is what became of my life. That's what I said. I wouldn't even be an actor probably, knowing my temperament, if it hadn't happened young.
Really, what would you have been?
Oh, I'd have probably been like a sports agent or something, trying to run down some kid and get him signed.
So you would have been behind the scenes, making things happen.
Yeah, because it's just, you know, I would have wanted some semblance of security, and there's really no security in the world other than just, you know, waking up every day and getting after it. But yeah, there's a lot of happenstance. There's a lot of moons and stars and ducks that need to line up for you to become a star, or for you to be in that vehicle that makes you, you know, the next big thing.
Now, things definitely lined up in your favor, because is it true that when you were first cast at Urkel, it was just a one-off part? You were just supposed to go on?
It was one-off.
And it turned, and a lot of people say it actually saved the show.
You know, if you watch the Key and Peele skit, yeah, they'll say
So who came up with that famous catchphrase of yours? Did I do that?
I have no idea, honestly. One of our many writers threw it out there. I delivered it, and it has stuck.
Can your voice still get that high?
No, it can't.
Right. So therefore, I won't do it.
No, it can't.
You hear that bass in his voice, Shannon?
No, it can't.
No, it's funny, you know.
Did I do that?
When people, when I talk about it, you know, for me, I always tell people to say, well, do you want to get away from that? I say, well, you have to look at it this way. For me, it's junior high school and high school. So you go back and look at your pictures of junior high school. I think I would love to see some pictures of you in junior high school.
You don't want to see those, no.
Okay, well, I got the same attitude.
Good point. Moving right along.
Before they put up my picture.
Because I think I want to go find yours.
No, we're good.
God, the thought scares me, Shannon.
See?
Yeah, okay. Well, we've heard so many stories about child stars who aren't able to make the transition. You've done it well. Melissa Joan Hart clearly has also done it well. What has been the secret to your success, and how have you pulled it off when so many others have failed?
The secret really is just family. You know, I have a mom and dad that were always very focused on, you know, putting my needs first, and you know, materialism and, you know, that kind of stuff just didn't really run rampant in our household. And I don't know, life was different in the 90s too. We didn't, you know, all these kids getting into clubs and stuff before underage, and I didn't know anything about that. I wasn't running with those cats. I mean, I was trying to play basketball in between takes.
Yeah. So would you ever mind if your kids wanted to become a child stars?
Well, I have a 5-year-old daughter, and she doesn't do anything on cue. So
maybe that won't work.
She's a brilliant child, but she doesn't do anything on cue. So I could tell very early on. I was just kind of like, I don't think following in Daddy's footsteps is what you're going to do. So we just letting her be a kid right now.
All right,
That's
fair
nice.
enough.
All right, let's talk about the movie, The Santacon.
Yeah.
What can we expect?
You know, it's a cute holiday film. It really, really is. Melissa picked me to be her love interest in this movie. And I'm a guy that basically is an accomplice to Barry Watson's character who gets out of prison. And he needs me to fill in for him and pull off a little tech crime for him.
Speaking of tech crime, we have a shot. Let's take a look.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds to disable the alarm.
Can you do it?
Of course I can. I told you I can. As long as it's not a Fenwick. It's a Fenwick.
What do we do?
We hurry. All right, if he hacked in from this computer, there'll be a record of it.
What if you use John's?
And then we're screwed. Got it.
What?
He did hack in from here. He tried encrypting the data, but
You're you.
exactly.
How damning.
Oh, smoking gun.
There you go. It looks like you made it happen.
Yes, absolutely.
As we saw, you star along Barry Watson.
Yeah.
You mentioned Melissa, and actually Wendy Williams is also in this.
Yes, Wendy is.
So what was it like to work with all them? What was the energy like on set?
I mean, energy was cool. It was just a lot of experience. You know, Wendy, she has a very big entourage, though. She has.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you know those wigs. Each one has its own handler. Each one has its own handler.
She definitely got a big entourage, all right. Yeah.
I love Wendy. I mess with Wendy, man.
You've been on her show a few times, so yeah. Talk to us about being a behind-the-scenes player. You're also doing a lot of writing and producing as well. Why was it important for you to be, making things happen in that way?
I feel like in my heart, I feel like I'm a comedic filmmaker first.
Really?
And I had so much autonomy as a kid. To be quite honest, I don't think that autonomy has ever really translated in my adult life, and that's what I've been really working to get to. You know,
You said you had so much autonomy as a kid?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Explain that.
on Family Matters, I wrote episodes towards the end.
Is that right?
I probably penned 2 episodes. You know, I had a relationship with my executive producer where, you know, if I even saw something in the scene, I wanted to do it again. You know, he would let me play. And I didn't understand that in the adult world of filmmaking, that these are things that are these are privileges that are not afforded to people. So when I graduated from college and I'm like, all right, it's time to make movies, I ran into a lot of executives that were just like, yes, we'll give you a call back. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, that's a part of growing up and it's a part of learning about life. So it's really weird. Sometimes I actually feel like I'm trying to catch up to the autonomy I've already had. So that's why I know I can be successful in it, though.
Yeah, you're also great at being funny. So any stand-up in your future?
You know what? It's funny
comedy?
that you say that, though. At some point, I definitely know I want to try it.
Really?
I definitely do. Even Broadway, even just stage
see
performing,
that.
I definitely want to try it. I almost regret that I didn't do it in my 20s. But I was so dedicated to becoming a better writer. And I'm directing a film this coming summer, and it's about a Mexican kid who thinks it's his destiny to take back California. And it's a very funny comedy, and people are just like, "Why would you write that?" And that's exactly what I want people to ask.
Okay.
So it's a fun comedy. It's right in my wheelbarrow.
Now, do you have to work, or do you have that Family Matters syndication money?
Right. You're still on TV.
It's funny because when you said that, I was like, immediately my mind went to my daughter. You know, people are always trying to tell her, you know, who daddy is. And what's really funny though is, people know me generationally. So I have a little girl in my daughter's school who runs up to me all the time, and she's just like, "Hello, Jaleel White. How are you doing, Jaleel White?" And she's spooky and creepy with it too. And you're like, well, why does this 5-year-old girl run up to Jaleel every day? "Hello, Jaleel White. I can do pull-ups today, Jaleel White." And she'll show me doing her pull-ups and everything. She watched me in Big Fat Liar. And in Big Fat Liar, the Frankie Muniz movie, I played Jaleel White. And so that's her reference. So she hasn't even gotten to Family Matters yet. So if you have a teenager who's a big fan of Psych, you know, they'll know me from that show.
Right.
And that's the thing where I always tell people, I say, look, I got William Shatner's career, okay? He was Captain Kirk for a number of years, but if you play your cards right, you get to be Denny Crane.
So does that mean you don't have to work?
No, what it means is I really get excited about my daughter seeing me work.
Okay.
So
got you.
whether, you know, how much I spend, that's between me and my accountant. But
Right.
I have to work.
Yes.
I have to work for her to see it. I have to work to feel productive. You know, any notion that, you know, I should just be walking up and down Melrose with sunglasses on, going from store to store. Yeah, I went through that phase when I was about 22, and we don't want to go back there.
No, we don't. We don't. Well, we can all see you work this Saturday on Lifetime at 8 p.m. and the Santacon. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate
I was
you.
coming home with shopping bags constantly. This has to stop. This
Has to.
Has to stop.
I have too many Nikes.
Don't worry, this is going well.
You're
Don't
swagged
worry.
out today, so hasn't fully
We have
stopped.
to work.
You gotta work. You gotta work.
Go work.
All right, we're gonna keep working, but we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Rise Entertainment 360. Gotta work.
Yes.